up to the hype yet. The only thing that's really hard, I think, is that they're just such a difficult team to play against.
Okay.
They're not like any other. Well, they're one of those really slow teams. That's just. I think it's going to be different for NiP. It's going to be difficult.
Everybody plays slow these days. Yeah. Anybody who's good plays slow.
Yeah, but not even like that. It's actually true. Like, it's been happening more and more and more. I still think it's going to be just hard for NiP to deal with. The map, though, Dust2 is probably a great start. So let's just see how it goes. Gambit versus NiP here at the Major. We've got Plopski down lower dark with the dualies. Rest with a headshot behind him. But Plopski, oh, he follows it up and takes down Shiro. He should have been gone immediately. And interz, I don't know. It almost looked like he surrendered in that moment. Hobbit is going to be on his own in a 1 versus 4. So probably not a winnable moment. They're going to find him rest with a headshot. NiP with the pistol round. Some good stuff right there.
Threat space says it all. I like it. I like it. The players, they're sitting close enough to hear each other shout. So I love to hear it, man. Get that pop-off going and let Gambit know what's going on, because that is what it's all about right now. It's establishing dominance early, Anders. It's showing Gambit that you don't respect them. They're not Na'Vi. Everybody's trying to make them out like they're Na'Vi. They're not Na'Vi. They themselves lack that experience on land that could be critical here at the Major. So I feel like NiP are on par, and they can definitely take this series if Gambit are not extremely sharp today.
Yeah, they are going to have to be, without a doubt. It's an early trade though in the second round, so at least they get something on the board. The Deagles get a bit of a time to shine. Shiro has got the scout as well. He is definitely one of the interesting people to watch on this team. I'm glad at the end of it that Maniac mentioned Axile real quick, because I agree, Axile is one of the people to watch for this Gambit lineup. So many people to mention when it comes to this team. It's kind of hard, kind of tricky. You can't just go for all of them, I guess. Plopski with a kill on Axile. Speaking of which, oh, he's having a good time. Nice clicks coming out. A quad kill for Plopski.
Good keeping on things here. As NiP, just hitting the ground running here. Dust2, a bit of a brawl map as well, and it's also a bit more of a CT-sided map since Valve have made the changes, limiting the vision in mid from T-spawn all the way towards CT spawn, right? The dreaded double doors can still happen. You can still get picked, but it takes a fraction of a second longer, and that's given CT side a little bit more options, a few more options here with how to pressure in mid. And so if that Molotov, you see, like legit just straight up mollying now the doors to stop the CT side from having the option of pushing without a giveaway of some sort. So you can see now that as far as Gambit are concerned, they have to check lower dark. They have to make sure that nobody here is lurking from NiP, because it's such a common strategy to push lower, to push mid doors on the CT side.
Yeah, you have to be really aware of it. I actually like what this has done to the map. I feel like now the CTs have just more interesting stuff to try and do. Nade down the middle, not going to be doing that much. Hobbit, though. How did he take that much damage? Just a tag through. Either way, he's down to 58. Plopski going to get a bit overwhelmed. The AK would have got the kill at that range, but not quite so. Spray nearly could have been a double. I feel like normally he would have got that. The nade, it is so close to finishing off Hobbit, but not quite flashed out long. It is a classic pop to take down a double there.
And he gets the info.
Yeah, that is so well done. And now 2 versus 2 though, but they're so low on health on the Gambit side.
Yeah, they have the info that there's a player out long here. I'm surprised that they're even taking this duel right now. Not exactly a favorable situation for Device, especially because he's using a scout and a deagle. I mean, the guy's got 3 HP and you're trying to hit him with a cannon right now. All you need is a pea shooter. Oh, Device has got the aim.
Yeah, sees Hobbit as well. Nade actually might just finish off Device. No, it goes a little bit too far. That's unfortunate. Hobbit's going to be going down. NiP will survive the round. I agree. Taking that fight down pit is super high risk.
It's weird, I guess dominance play, right? Device just showing a lack of respect, saying that he's willing to take a fight. Even if it doesn't make any sense, he'll take that fight anyways, right? That's essentially the message that he's sending. But still, risky stuff right out the gates here from NiP. Really trying to get the ball rolling on Gambit, really trying to style on them. Because you don't want to get Gambit, earlier I'm saying that, Gambit are not Na'Vi. I mean, Gambit have still got the firepower. They've got Shiro, they've got Axile. These guys have been popping off all tournament long. You just don't want them getting confident too quickly here. And here we go. This is what I was talking about. Rez already in lower dark, ready to get frisky. 1, 2, should be getting a third here. Decides, oh, he's going to play conservatively.
Backing off, maybe to try and meet up with Hampers back there. But yeah, it's true though. You can take so much more space out in the middle. It's interesting. Shiro has got that AK-47 though that he stole from Hampus. So that's actually a fairly big giveaway here. That could be some trouble. Don't want to be losing too many raw rifles. Easily could have been a headshot there. Shiro crouching his way through. Yeah, they're going to give up on that catwalk control on the NiP side, which I think is fine. No reason to test it. There's that third kill for Rez. And that just leaves it in a 2-on-4. I said that too quickly. Shiro on his own, and he's going to go for that long-range spray. He'll get another kill. So some slip-ups here maybe for NiP, maybe giving away a little bit more than you would have wanted. But if they can survive with the last 3, it should be fine, especially if they can deny the bomb plant too. Just creeping up on that catwalk. Devices up at the A-bomb site with an AWP, and down at long it's Plopski. Linus is miles away. Shiro, he probably will not know to check this. It's sort of unlikely in a 3 versus 1 like this that someone's going to be in the T-spawn side of this. He is looking for it, though. He's got the right idea. He catches the gun barrel, and now it gets real interesting. Not only the kill, but he can get the bomb plant here, assuming he made the cross. Yep, not tagged there. And that means it's a really disturbing 1 versus 2 here. If Shiro wins this one, NiP are going to probably implode pretty early on. That's going to be so devastating. He's crouched in. They have some time. They have a kit on either player, and importantly, they have a Molotov they can try and throw in. Yep, that'll block out one of the positions. Even if they don't get the kill behind it, it's enough to not have to check there. Shiro, though, lined up. Good headshot. Can he get one more? He's already at the quad. He just needs to click it. He's almost got a deagle out instead. Oh, it's so close. Quad kill. Nearly the ace clutch, but it's going to be Plopski to bring it home.
Oh, it is. And man, talk about putting NiP on notice. Again, that individual skill on Gambit, so powerful. Device, the one with the utility there, but he decides to take point on that retake. So it's always questionable when you got the molly, the smoke, and the flash. And you're just thinking, well, you could use some of these grenades to go into it instead of electing to try and set it up to get the info for his teammate. And then, well, just counting on his teammate to win that. Not an easy situation at all for NiP, but they managed to pull through, leaving a couple nades behind in spawn. I like to see that. Taking advantage of the new nade meta.
That really needs to be a wake-up call, and there's going to be another one here. They're going to be rushing to B bomb site. It is a classic after all. Ooh, Device. That looked like that was a shot that he could have definitely hit. It's a 4-on-4 now instead. Yeah. Rush B.
Huge whiff. That's a huge whiff from Device. He should hit that shot.
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't necessarily even that difficult at this level, but yeah, a little bit of some hiccups here for NiP early on, even as they're 4-0, and they're going to give up the bombs. I don't mind that actually, because again, they've lost so many players in the last couple of rounds that they can't buy anything. So I'd much rather save the 4 rifles and be competitive in the next round.
Very cool, though. I like this. That Gambit, they pick up on the fact that NiP are hanging around mid quite a bit, going for these aggro pushes into lower, and that's just delaying that defense over towards B. Feels like they saw an opportunity to get in there quick where there was only going to be 1 guy instead of the 2 or even 3 that sometimes you see on the CT side shifting over to B. If the CT side expect you to be hitting B early, they'll have those extra bodies over there. But Gambit, very cool strat, and actually works out perfectly. It's a great call coming in, and now they're on the board with that all-important first round. The beginning of a long journey. This is a best of 3. Neither of these teams at risk of being eliminated.
That's true. That's the upside here. But because of where we are in the tournament, if you lose this one, you could end up playing a team that you know, that you maybe just go out to anyway. So just get it done with. Get that arena seat locked in. Because staying here at the Legend stage is just going to get more and more dangerous. Shiro, nice boost. Hampus walks right into it. He was not expecting that at all. And he is down early. 4-1. It's such a fickle lead that they have right now, NiP. It seems like it's a lot when you go up 4-0 like this, but because the money is so bad, Gambit could just be bouncing right back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, CT side is really frustrating on Dust2, where, I mean, some of it can just come down to gambles, and if you're not getting it to break your way, it could feel like you're just completely powerless. I like this setup. That AWP followed up by a rifle. 1-for-1 trade over here. Plopski going to be able to find one. Device has got his back. However, they know that he's here with that AWP, and it's a good trade, but it's still a 2-on-2. LLN and Z still on the bomb site, but with a USP.
Yep, he didn't have enough to buy anything else. Could he get something done? Nope, interz is pre-firing that angle. Okay then, 1 versus 2 for Rez. Not a bad player to have left, but against the AWP, one misstep and he's done. Oh no, it's Gambit making missteps. What a clutch from Rez! He just stops the spray into the one taps to get that second kill. Absolutely brilliant. And Gambit kind of losing track of the round there. Why make that wild jump up with the bomb in hand?
They just never expected it to be there that quick. I mean, and to be fair, Rez just ran. Usually you'd expect them, they get up catwalk, they start walking, they don't want to give any sound. And Rez just ran straight on up there. So that was really cool by Rez, a risk that was worth taking in the end. And you can see, yeah, making full use of these nades getting dropped so they can afford to buy a few more. And NiP taking advantage of this new nade update. And, I mean, this is one of those maps where it makes sense on the CT side in the spawn. You got a lot of rotates happening from B to A and vice versa. If you leave a couple of extra nades in here for the guys rotating around, it's just bonus if you've got the money to do it. So very cool to see some teams starting to pick up on this trend. But I liked this setup here. It's worth pointing out that, and it was a point that was actually brought up on the desk as well in terms of Rez and him just not showing up so far this tournament. I mean, going into this map, he has a 0.8 rating. Anderson, he is definitely seen as one of the heavy hitters for NiP, or at least that's the role he needs to fill with Device. So him being quiet so far in a couple of these series, it's good to see him start to, joke around a bit and have things go his way on this first map. 10 kills on the board for him now, and I mean, obviously, that last round, big clutch.
Yeah, I still think that the Rez and Device duo is really cool to watch, so I want to see both sides of that working out well. Linus is on his own back here at the bomb site, trying to smoke it off and buy some time. Rez showing up for his 11th kill, taking down Axon, and he's got the right idea. Nafany, though, will take him down. And Linus now a little bit of a one-way smoke. Yeah, they're not seeing it quite. Shiro will get the kill. Device, well, up against his rival on the other side once again here. Orb versus Orb, but Device not waiting for it. That's a very, very good pick. And now the bomb is in the bomb site, committed to it. And Gambit know it. They have to do something. Shiro's going to get the kill on Hampus. It's back into another 2 versus 2, but they can't get the bomb out of there. Oh. They really wanted to change that up and use the time. Hobbit, he's going to make his escape. He got shot in the back a little bit, but still, he has about 50 seconds to make something happen.
No AWP for Device, though. And Hobbit's able to make the cross. And now it's going to be a guessing game whether or not this is going to be an A hit or a B hit. There's still time for Hobbit to wrap back around towards B if he wanted to. And now NiP in the dark, and they have to separate. This is exactly what Hobbit wants. A couple of duels. This is winnable for him now. If they were buddied up, then NiP can trade kill if they spot Hobbit somewhere. Now, however, if he gets fortunate and just catches Device or Plopski looking the wrong way, Hobbit can get a kill and get a bomb plant.
Yeah.
Not going to happen, though.
It's everything that he needed to do, basically, to avoid the straight-up 1 versus 2, right? But yeah, he got caught himself with Device coming back from long, just wasn't expecting it, and he can't check everything, so that is just unfortunate. It's going to be another round for NiP, though, and yeah, just I think it was a good job from LNC to smoke the back there and kind of play, because when he's alone inside of the bomb site, which he was, if you die right away, it is so easy for them to put up the smoke and Molotovs in window and door and just run and put the bomb down. As long as he's alive, they have to wait it out, and yeah, he did a good job. Hampus has died a couple of times in this position, and that's going to happen again. I feel like...
questionable?
Yeah, I want to see Hampus find another way to try and play the early round here, or at least maybe have some more backup in there. Feels like it's not working out, but Device will get the refrag, and that doesn't quite make up for it, but it's something.
Digging him out of the hole. That was a bait and switch. World-class stuff. And, Plopski not expecting the second man on catwalk, though. That's a big play coming in from Plopski. Pulls a fast one on Hobbit. Axel trying to take advantage of it, though. Can catch him out on catwalk. Device has got eyes on it, though, so he's not going to be able to get out here for free. Does have a teammate to help him out.
Yep, and they still have interz down in the middle. If they can get the bomb down, it's going to be huge. But Plopski flashed in by Rez. And we've seen that flashbang, the pop of the corner, come in multiple times. Lena's going to catch interz, even though he's not really normally the AWP player on the team. But I guess he could get the job done anyway. Shiro, he was in a 1 versus 3 that he very nearly won last time. He's got to crack at it again here with even less time, which is a huge problem. If you're in these 1 versus 3s, you really need as much time as you could possibly get to try and manipulate the defense and find isolated fights instead of just rushing onto a bomb site. But by the time he gets there, he's going to be committed to it, and he won't be able to fall back to the A site instead. Ooh, is he even going to try? No, I think he's just going to say, that's it.
He has no time for this.
Yeah, he'd have to run almost onto the bomb site and start shooting, so I don't think this is a bad call. It's very, very... I mean, the fact that he was close to winning the other one is crazy all on its own.
I did take a pretty big overperformance. Don't kick the ball again. That'll give it away. Seen that come back to bite players in the past where they kick the ball out into the open and somebody's coming around the corner like, oh, somebody is here.
Yeah, dead giveaway.
Oops.
Tempting, though, isn't it?
It is just there. And it's a ball. It wants to be kicked.
7-1. Good recovery for NiP. I know when you look at the scoreline now, it looks so one-sided, but I really feel like Gambit they're looking dangerous right now. But some of these rounds, where there's been a bunch of 2v2s that NiP have just won.
Yeah, and I mean, this is entirely a mental thing. I think NiP have the firepower to go toe-to-toe with the best and
Definitely.
to be a real threat. They're currently ranked 2nd in the world on HLTV, and, I mean, they're up there. The only team really that shuts them down and is what we saw yesterday, them getting shut down by Na'Vi. But I think everybody else, I don't think NiP have any reason to fear them, and I think NiP know that. You can see how Rez is playing a bit more freely. He's trying to make plays. They're a bit more active on the map right now. They're not showing as much respect, and I think that's reflected. It's 100% a mental thing with NiP, because we know that they have the firepower on the team to just wreck teams. It's just a matter of them believing it and getting it done in the server. So against Gambit, I think they know that they can take the fight to Gambit and not need to show as much respect.
Oh, look at Hampus. I said earlier, he's pushing Catwalk aggressively and not really winning the fights, but it's not stopping him from being aggressive. He just keeps going. It's so crazy. Why, Hampus? Why are you doing it?
Is it because Rez is pushing up behind?
Yeah, but once you get the early kill, especially because you saw it was against the pistol, is it worth it? I really think this is like an attitude thing coming into it. He's like, even if I'm not winning these fights, I am going to keep going no matter what. We saw Robs was doing that on Mouse Wars yesterday. Kind of a similar attitude. Like, even if it's not actually working, I'm gonna double and triple and quadruple down on being this, bold and aggressive, because eventually it'll work.
Yeah, and that's kind of the vibe that we're getting here. I mean, it's also going to keep Gambit guessing. Now Gambit have to play very carefully because they don't know if they're going to get pushed all over the place. So that's going to burn time off the clock. You're conditioning Gambit to play slowly. That, or you're conditioning Gambit to just rush so that they don't need to deal with these pushes. If they just rush a bomb site, they're the ones setting the pace right out the gates. So NiP need to take that into account and be ready for it. Device, though, definitely a position he can get traded in here.
Maybe, yeah, but he's got such a luxury knowing that no one is coming from lower dark, so he just hyper-focus on those angles, right? Because that's being held by 2 people. Bomb now in the middle.
Bomba.
Oh, that's a shame. Lose track of that. It's not gonna, I have no idea what's happening.
Interesting.
Possible.
Plopski just fully sold on the idea that they're all catwalk. But his teammates didn't even see all of them, so...
I mean, the round cannot be won, but I think kind of similar earlier to when Gambit were in the 2 versus 1 against Rez, and they just kind of ran up onto the bomb site. In that moment, from memory, they had 42, 41 seconds to in that 2 versus 1 against Rez. So I get that they want to get onto the bomb site, but they actually did not need to take the risk at all. It's entirely possible that they could have just stopped and checked, and kind of similar here. Yeah, maybe the round is already won because the bomb is in the middle, but there's nothing to be gained by making that jump. So, yeah, everyone really needs to take a deep breath and really focus. Especially when you're ahead like NiP are right now, because we've seen it many, many times. Well, that's when you can start to make the mistakes. Although with Threat and Device on the NiP side, you would expect for any kind of energy like that to get shut down like right away. I'm assuming both those veterans will tell everyone else to calm down, because there's so much riding on this right here.
Well, there's a spot in the playoffs, and I mean, considering NiP have gone through the trouble of making a custom jersey with Globin on it, you better hope that they're going to be able to make the cut and get into those playoffs, or that jersey is just going to be looking a little limp.
Yeah, that's great. I like it. I think that's great.
I still wish that they'd have put a Swedish flag on it or something. I mean, come on. It's like, if you want to make it a big deal that you guys are playing in Sweden, why put Globin? Put a Swedish flag on there. Hell yeah, just go all the way. It's a nice jersey, apart from the logo.
Listen, they're building into it, all right?
Yeah. Iterations. I mean, they got time to make a new one, don't they?
Quite possibly, yeah. Maybe
they make the cut?
Maybe they will keep upgrading as they go through, like one for each stage kind of thing.
I guess it would have been ruined, though, because then Device would have had to have a Danish flag. And then it just like, no. They're just trying to sweep that under the rug right now.
We're not taking it back.
That they have a Dane on the team.
Let's move to Sweden. You can stay there. I don't know. Plopski's down already.
Tell us how you really feel, Anders.
Yeah, really. bitter Danish caster, angry at device. 8-1. We're in the 10th round. Gambit with a much needed good start here. They are already a slow team, so I'm not surprised that they're taking a little bit of time. That's possibly the weakest, most unimpressive run boost I've ever seen.
It was an anemic one, for sure.
Yeah. That was a clear fumble, wasn't it?
Well, they have a man advantage right now, Anders. So, I mean, Gambit, that is, have a man advantage. Feels like the best chance they've had in a while to get anything done here on this T side. It's not all ogre just yet.
Oh, dear, this nade.
Nade could be money. Yep.
He's
Throw it.
Oh, it's going to be the touchdown right on top. It blows up Gambit. They need this round, 4 versus 5, but now Device with the kill and the spray from the AK. It's good on top. They're all so low on health. That was a nuclear bomb landing on them. And Shiro, he's now on his own. 1 versus 4. That is such good timing. You could see how he pulls it out initially. He's like, wait, yeah, I'll do it. And Rez coming through with the triple kill, but the amount of damage in that round from Rez is outrageous.
That's the utility damage just going through the through the roof right now. Do I have these stats on that right now? Util damage, please.
It's going to be so high from that round alone.
He did at least 100 damage with that grenade, so that's pretty sick. Always feels good, always feels good. But what's important here for NiP is that that's a 9th round on the board on the CT side of Dust2. Gambit right now are trembling in their boots.
Yeah, now I'm getting a bit more worried because, like I said, even at 4-1 or 5-1, I was still kind of thinking, like, yeah, but most of these are 2v2s that just happen to go NiP's way. So as long as Gambit can find a way to turn it around, it's not a big deal. Plopski goes down early on, another 4-on-5. They did get the rifle from him, so they have something to build on here. It's not amazing on the Gambit side, and especially if you look at the grenades, they're going to be lacking a fair bit going into the later stages of this round. They're all down in long, which is maybe fine, but you're usually committed to that. I don't know how the bullet misses, but it's a good shot from Shiro.
No, it's the fact that they timed that to peek together, Gambit, so he was facing 3 guns. As soon as he comes around that corner that time, Device, it's just instant death. Even if he gets the 1-for-1. It's a shame that he doesn't get the 1-for-1, but he was just going to be a dead man. Now Rez decides to casually come in here and just click away Hobbit, but again, too many guns you're facing.
And he's feeling so confident. They're going to try and flash their way through once again. Nope, not even the flashbang. That's probably a bit of a mistake there.
2 of them playing anti-flash.
Yeah. Now, Hampus threw a nade. He's picked up another one that he's going to throw right on there, but not going to do that much damage. But that's kind of the nade stack down in spawn that they can just start to throw up there, which is a really cool idea. Gambit finally going to win that 2nd round. Yeah, I mean, I agree that the triple peak is fine, but that also means you kind of triple the amount of targets. So I'm shocked that he didn't at least hit one of them, right? But still, good job.
It's so tough though when you peek into multiple targets because your brain for a second is just like kid in a candy store. Where do you start? And then that split second, yeah, exactly. That split second where it's like you're trying to decide a target. That's what separates a pro from a noob. Is that usually they just focus on that one target and get the kill. Nicely done by Hampus. Going to make it a little bit more expensive. He needs to really hold on to this AK, though, because you could still go for a force buy in the next round if you're an IP, if he drops a gun over to a teammate.
I actually have a theory that that particular problem that you're describing about seeing multiple targets and focusing on one is something that you almost cannot train your way out of. There's the utility damage from the different players. That's
spicy.
Impressive. I'm not sure you can train your way out of that. I feel like that's just inherent, built into some players. I've seen pro players that have long careers, and you can see when they have like 2 targets, they still kind of hesitate between one or the other. And you see some brand new players that just seem to know it. I mean, I guess no one has done any studies on it, but I feel like that's just something that's built into your brain at some point. You either are really good at it, or you're along with the rest of the population. I mean, not that you can't be good at the rest of the game or anything. I haven't seen many people overcome that ever.
Well, you know what's happening right now is that NiP are currently overcoming Gambit on their map pick.
Yeah, they're doing a good job.
Yeah, this is a tough start for Gambit in this series. And there was a lot of questions around Gambit when we got onto lands. You know, the players themselves, they really peaked during that online era, and they themselves were saying, you know, in interviews where we want to establish our era, an era of our own. The reality is, though, you need to be able to do that on LAN if you're going to be taken seriously in Counter-Strike. It's always been about LAN play. And so now that we are here, sure, that's straight into the deep end. It's one of the most prestigious tournaments you can compete in, right? Ooh, Ooh. But, you know, if you want an era, well, here's your chance. And right now, on online, we're seeing Gambit struggle quite a bit.
Yeah, they don't have quite the same sort of magic touch that we've seen in the online circuit, that's for sure. But Shiro's up there right now. He's got 13 kills. He's not that far behind Rez, who is ridiculously at 16-5 right now. I think that's also why Rez was taking the fight in the previous round down long, even though they were all down there. He's like, you know what? But I'm hitting all the headshots all the time. Like, why not try and do it? Which is hard. It's so hard to argue against because it does look really cool. And maybe sometimes that is the right move, even though, you know, we like the sort of get a kill, fall back kind of Counter-Strike. I mean, if you're on fire like Rez is right now, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should just keep fighting. 40 seconds, though. They've got the AWP up here on device, and it looks like it's going to be more of a mid-split this time to the B bomb side, which they're not that well set up for NiP. If they lose Rez, they probably just lose the round. Here's the wall of smokes trying to block off Hampus. Could he get into play here is the big question. They're all going to be pushing except for one through upper dark. There's the flashbang in, but it flashes Rez as well. Hobbit's on the other side. Rez is going to get shot in the back, and that's a disaster. Yeah, round is done. Call it off and just retreat. Save these guns. That is... There's only 10 seconds of the clock. Think about how close that is for Gambit if anything goes wrong.
Mm-hmm. But again, this is coming into this game. I was just sitting here thinking these are going to be slow rounds. So that's what CIS, you know, that's CIS Counter-Strike, and Gambit in particular. They take advantage of every second on the clock, and they're not afraid of running down the clock all the way until the very bitter end, which is what was surprising about that B rush earlier on in the half. Not exactly Gambit style to just go crashing into a bomb site early. You know, they're a team that will take the time to develop map control before they make a play.
It's a real shame that flashbang also hit Rez in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise, he gets the kill on Hobbit, he can turn around, and between him and Linus, they have a crossfire setup. They can do a lot in that one. Doesn't really work out that way, but Gambit finally getting a third on the board, a much-needed round. And NiP's economy was already shaky, so this is just, there's more steps in the right direction. If they get back to 9-6, NiP are going to feel gutted that they couldn't get more on the board.
I think so. I think they most definitely want double digits here, at least, NiP, and it's within their grasp. It's possible for them to do it. Curious to see if we're going to get some more aggression out of them as Hampus is thinking about it. Back in with the cams, and yep, there we go. Plopski into lower halls, into lower dark right now, thinking perhaps that he would run into somebody. They've pushed upper dark as well. This should be a dead giveaway now, considering they've got a body on catwalk as well, peeking top mid, just where Gambit are right now. There aren't many options left. They've got so much information now in NiP.
Yeah, this is such a weird wrinkle in Dust2. I feel like that happens so much nowadays, where a team will go everyone long. The CT side will know they can stack the A-bomb side, and they still lose the round. And just even though they have all 5 players here, which they're about to have. Now, mind you, they only have two rifles and 1 AWP, so that could also obviously have a bit of an impact. But they know everything, and Gambit... I mean, Gambit can even assume that NiP know this, but it's just that long push when you've got the rifle advantage, especially, is just really powerful. Plopski taking a guess through. They have a single flashbang on Linus. It's just been put out. Are they going to be able to do anything behind it? Flashes over it. They're not actually peeking. Device has the other one, but he's also AWPing, so can't really throw it, even though that would be cool right now. Rez is down and out of the round. 40 seconds on the clock. It's a pretty good kill there. And he relocates just a little bit higher to try and take a look. Axile with the double kill. Now they got 35 seconds. And Device, that smoke is gone. Oh, he's no longer safe. That was his
cover. And
Hampus
showing hesitation. That's interesting. I mean, I suppose that is such... I mean, Gambit are so aware of what the options are.
Yeah.
As that push really kicks off, they throw the Molotov into Longhouse just to make sure that a flank isn't possible. And so I guess that's what stops Hampus, right? Even if the molly clears, he's probably thinking somebody's sitting on the other side of that smoke just waiting for me to come around the corner now. And so, I mean, Gambit, that's a really well thought out, clean plan, very straightforward, but they take the time to set it up. They don't rush any aspect of it.
Look at how they're throwing the guns away all the way at the end, just because they don't really know necessarily what Hampus has, and they want to make sure he can't run up from catwalk to pick up guns. Also, they did have that one flashbang in NiP that they threw up, but no one was really peeking behind it. And I feel like that was the moment to go.
A little disjointed, yeah.
Yeah, you had only one chance really there, and didn't work out. So was fun watching Device. That you could see when that smoke is gone. He's like, oh no, I am stuck back here. There's nothing I could do. 9-4, Gambit winning another round.
Let's see. This is Axile's perspective. Plopski only had a pistol. Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot that Linus and Plopski could do there with their firepower.
Great stuff.
Yeah, and that was Device just getting caught.
But he would have been dead either way. Device from Shiro down at long. I'm pretty sure there's no way for him to stand anymore. So probably would have been gone either way. Another buy round coming out from NiP. Device just trusting in that nade, the smoke up there a lot. That's impressive. He has to know the internal timing of when they can wrap around through long, and that's so scary.
Oh, this is nasty. This is nasty. That was so cool, waiting in the smoke. Element of surprise there for Gambit, and it works wonderfully. Linus deciding he needed to take that fight.
Because Device threw the flashbang for him. He thought, all right, this is the big opportunity, but they just kept firing even though they were flashed.
It wasn't perfectly thrown. They weren't flashed. Interesting.
4 on 5 now. Oh, sorry, 4 on 4. They did lose Exile. Device goes down. That was Shiro picking up the kill. I don't know. Plopski looks like someone who wants to save the round by pushing long, which, you know, if you get the timing down right, it's probably going to be true. Rez, nafany. Oh, he's so quick, Rez. Back to the action again from a double kill in the round and back into a 3-on-3 as well. I don't know if he can hear Hobbit running around out there, Plopski.
Oh, pretty sure now. Pretty sure.
Now
Yeah, he definitely hears that. 100% he heard that, and he's going to get the shadow on the floor.
Runs back though, Hobbit, Plopski. You don't. This could be a fake. For all he knows, that's intentional noise. But yep, he's going to risk it and go for it. Now up on the bomb site, Rez has to stay alive. Hampers, that is incredible timing to get that kill. Now, if he could have stayed alive, it would have been so sick. Rez, yep, he's calling for it, saying Plopski, you need to get closer. They're already on top. Good timing for Rez. Finding the 3rd kill in the round, and Shiro is now on his own. He's going to get shot in the back. Plopski taking that risk earlier, and it pays off. Huge round for NiP.
Whew. You could see Threat, just the breath of relief there. Threat's a very involved coach, does a lot of the talking, helps a lot with the strats. For him to have to be quiet right now, that's got to be quite the task. Although, do you remember that one, was it the first RMR where the coaches had to leave the room and it was like NiP were doing the behind-the-scenes footage and he was just sitting outside the door, just kind of like sitting and just staring at the wall, wondering like what's going on with this team? Because the coaches weren't allowed to actually be present.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty rough, right? It must be excruciating. 10-4, 15th round.
Shout out to NiP. I mean, a lot of these teams are doing this kind of content now, and it's really cool. But, you know, shout out to NiP. They do a good job with the behind-the-scenes footage. Really gives you a feel of, you know, what's going on with the team.
True. In
the prep here. So it's been very nice.
Shiro's making his way down the middle. Plopski in the pit over at long, but they've got a very mid-centric setup right now for the NiP side. If they do any kind of a attempted B split or anything, NiP should be plenty ready for that. I'm assuming Gambit eventually will have to go clear out Catwalk before they even do anything on this round, because otherwise they just don't have the control. Yeah, there's the initial Molotov to force it back, but they kind of have to. They even have to clear the next corner, especially now that Molotov comes down. Yeah, there we go. Trading nades. Name of the game. Did it force him? No. It was kind of imperfect. You can throw it so that it kind of burns out the player on the corner here, but Hampers is still around.
This is bold. Does he get in the smoke?
Pit as well. Plopski's here. Oh, they line up for a beautiful double. That is so well done. He wasn't flashed nearly enough, and Hampers, because he stuck around, is going to be rewarded with what is, for all practical purposes, a double kill. One dink away. Shiro's going to be going down. nafany on his own, 1 versus 4. This is a very, very strong first half for NiP. Wasn't always meant to be. A lot of 2v2s at the beginning, but now it's different. 11-4. That is really well done.
So impressive, NiP. I mean, really, from the very beginning, they set the tone, they set the pace, they played aggressive, they took the fight to Gambit, and that may have thrown Gambit off. It wasn't until a little bit later in the half that Gambit started to look like they were getting some confidence back, started to have some rounds go their way. But a good rally by NiP at the end there. 11-4 on the CT side on Gambit's map pick is a terrific start for the Ninjas, and particularly Rez. He's at the top of the scoreboard right now for his team with 19 kills. And so he was catching a little heat earlier on the analyst desk. Rightfully so. He's got a 0.8 rating going into this series when he's supposed to be a heavy hitter for the team. That's not really, you know, acceptable. But right now in this match versus Gambit, he's popping off, doing a lot of the work for the team. He's really stepped up. So hopefully this will carry out in the future, because I think again, what I said at the beginning of this series is that NiP have the firepower. I think it's 100% mental with them, knowing that they can get those kills and take those duels. Oof. And while, you know, Device, no problem with him. He'll hit those headshots.
nafany too, it seems, and taking out Rez, that's a pretty big deal. They read this smoke really well. They know that Hobbit could be inside of it. Love to see some more out of interz as well. He's got 2 kills in the first half. Linus is on 3 kills, but I care less about that because he's in the B bomb site, so that's just how things go, some of the time at least. 3 on 3 as they trade a little bit out long as well. And NiP, they don't probably mind this situation too much. They have the P250 still alive. They can go looking for more kills. Hobbit coming back to middle. Good information. They could get really close to that B bomb site. Oh, this is a good move. Yep. Down underpass, or down lower dark, so here we go. He's thinking about it. Nope. Did he read it incorrectly? He might think they're out long. Yeah, I think that's the feeling that they had. Because of that earlier engagement, the trade that was going on out there. Now coming back to take a look. Hobbit still hasn't seen anyone. He did make a little bit of a jump, but I don't think he spotted anyone in lower dark. They can hear him running around. Smoke goes up. Is he going to respect it? Nope. Tries to get the jump up to look on top of it. It's a pretty cool idea. Some bullets being exchanged. Then NiP staying really elusive in this round. Switching it up to the catwalk now. Running to see if they can catch Axile on this bomb site. He is on his own. Backup is only just now showing up, but he's doing a good job staying alive. And an even better job with the headshots. Nearly taking down that double. Plopski's on his own with 15 seconds. And they don't have to fight him. Just wait until they actually go for the bomb plant. It's going to be Hopper to get the last one there. And it's going to be Gambit to win a much-needed pistol round.
Much-needed pistol round. Exactly how it worked out for NiP. Now Gambit are setting themselves up for success here on their CT side of Dust2. And this started with Device hitting a crisp headshot, but then it really just kind of peels back from there. This is the reason why you see these players going for these P250s on the pistol on the T side, is that the Glock long range, you're not going to get a one-shot kill, whereas the P250 you will. So you get a bit of that oomph, that firepower. But Gambit showing that they've got just as much to work with. So, really just sticking to their favorite strategy right now, NiP. No bomb plant on the T side means a hard eco in the second round, and they'll be getting a buy round in the following one, where they'll have the rifles and the nades. So this will just be a bit of a freebie for Gambit. Keep in mind, even on hard ecos like this, the main thing that NiP are going to be trying to do is they're trying to get Gambit to throw out grenades, trying to get them to spend money on utility that they may not necessarily have to, right?
Yeah, and that Deagle was maybe another ticket to do some real damage. Looking for a headshot with it. Rez will be able to pick it up. That's Shiro down. That's so good. Armor is lost. Any nades that he might have had could be lost as well. Hobbit. It's a pretty safe position to play in, especially against the Glocks. That Eagle is still kind of in play. Jump kill, not this time. Plopski, what a spin! That is so ridiculous. Taking down Hobbit and then spins around to drop nafany next. He's looking for the fight, and he nearly has Axile as well. But Gambit, they'll see their way through the round. That was really sick secondary kill there.
Oh, dude, he nearly had the third one too. That was so sick. He was feeling it. Way too close for comfort for Gambit. Did they save the? Did they have another M4A1? Or it's looking like they're just going to save the FAMAS. Still, they saved both rifles, but man, that was way too close. Gambit, both of those players were headshot by pistols.
Boom.
That's so sick, though.
Actually, really well done. That was 17 kills there on Plopski. He is so close to Rez.
Good for him.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. 11-6. NiP ready with the rifles again. Like you said, they saved the previous round. They're able to do it this time. And they throw that same Molotov to the middle. Even one on the catwalk. They want to make sure that nobody from that CT side is occupying anything in that side of the map. Wait, are they expecting something anyway?
With the bomb plant, they just have full nades, everything that they need, but it is going to be the delayed long take, and Axile's life is about to get really interesting. Beautiful. Hits that first one. Not going to get the second kill. 1-for-1 trade. This favors NiP. And the appropriate response is to make sure that you can clear out catwalk so you have some room to maneuver on Gambit's side. And so Gambit right now going to try and check that out. Quick flank coming in here from nafany. Looking to box NiP in on long.
Yeah, but they, again, just like in the previous half, they probably know that. They probably don't care nearly as much as you would think. I mean, on most of the maps, if this was on Inferno and you were locked into Banana and the CT side, that would be a lost round. But it isn't the same here.
I want to see the same thing where Device throws a Molotov on Longhouse as the push begins to just block nafany out of this.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. There's the wall set up. Let's see if Gambit can set up a bit of a flash. He just tries to shoot down the long lane of that long position. Hobbit, though, he's doing all the work inside of the bomb site. Big double for him. Device trying to throw a flashbang to get up there and take him down, but it didn't really work out in their favor at all. Rez, unable to find much of anything here. He's going to get shot in the back by nafany. It's a 7th round for Gambit, and they are right back in this map.
Yep, they are looking very good here on the CT side of Dust2. Clearly comfortable. Hobbit himself. Once again, Hobbit just deciding enough is enough. Looks like I'm going to have to start just smacking some people here. And, well, I mean, it's about time because that's a 12th kill on the board for Hobbit, a 13th kill. And as Hobbit is going to start picking up steam here, he's been one of the guys to really save Gambit in the past.
Yeah, and he's got so much experience as well, right?
When the other team, you know, exactly, when the other team kind of struggles, or when the rest of the team kind of struggle a little bit to come up with the individual impact, Hobbit can be that guy to just wake up, start taking control, and just start leading the team by example. So we'll see if that bears out here, if they're going to be able to close it, or if NiP can get an explosive round onto the B bomb site with these pistols. Tech 9s, again, they're going to be right out the gate so fast.
Oh, interz, he gets caught. Shiro's on his own. He needs more than just the 1 kill. There's the follow-up, and he's ready with the pistol. The rest of the NiP are a little bit further behind, so Shiro's going to get just a bit of a space to breathe here. Nice triple for Shiro. That should save the round for them. It's not 100%, but that pretty much stacks it in their favor. They're going to be swapping out some rifles before the rest of Gambit show up. Nade not going to kill anyone here, but we'll do a little bit of damage at the very least. Bomb being attempted, and actually will be planted as well. Flashes and smoke everywhere. nafany with the 1 kill, and yeah, they were going to get overrun almost no matter what then. But that's a very successful round out of NiP.
Yeah, where was the spacing is what I'm wondering. How is it that the first 2 were out so early, and then the remaining 3 were just kind of sitting back there? It wasn't until much later in the push that the remaining 3 from Upper Dark actually closed the distance on Shiro and start to take the fight to him. So I'm wondering what caused the delay there. Didn't quite spot that. But still, I mean, one thing that's consistent here for NiP is that on these eco rounds, they are getting bomb plants. And that's a bonus $800 going into their economy that they're definitely going to love, because exactly, it means that Device can get an AWP, but also afford to get a full set of grenades to work with. Wow, I thought he had that.
It's real close. Shiro, though, not just close, but straight on point, taking down Hampers.
This is problematic.
It is. Yeah, Gambit, they can win this map right now. That's for sure.
They're picking up steam, and NiP are not trading these kills.
I wonder, they're actually pushing into Upper Dark as well. So once again, they have them pretty much figured out at this point in the game or in the round. Now just need to not make any mistakes. Don't peek them long and lose the Device. It's not worth it.
Same smoke ready to go as well to create room on the bomb side and make it difficult for NiP to find kills. So this is the smoke that Hobbit threw in the last long push.
Yeah.
So they're set up. They've got a protocol. They've got a protocol that they want to follow here, Gambit. If it's a long push, and they are ready for this push. It's so brutal.
Shiro coming up with a kill there on Plopski before they even get anything started. Axam, not quite the double kill that Hobbit had, but it'll get the job done anyway. It's a 2-on-4. Make it a 1 versus 4, in fact, as Venus goes down. Device he's going to get found. nafany will get the kill. Shiro with the triple. I was about to say earlier, because interz, they now know that he's in that B bomb side. They might have probably known that anyway, but because he's not having the best game yet, he's still got the 3 kills from earlier. It's had a tough time. Maybe you want to try and really push that, sort of make it a bit more personal and say, all right, if you're going to be off your game, maybe we can actually really use that. Now, if he's got Shiro with him with the AWP, you know, you can question how weak is that bomb side really going to be, but
yeah,
it seems like a decent choice at any rate. Maybe we'll see NiP return to that.
It's
fun. It's not just rushing B, right? It could be B splits.
It's fun that you mentioned that, because I was literally just thinking the same thing about LNZ right now. It's like interz has 3 kills, but LNZ has 4 kills. So it's not like, I mean, it kind of balances out, right? You're thinking, oh man, if only he'd step up. But it's like, yeah, no, they literally have 1 player on each of these teams right now that's not really delivering any kills. And so you can try and take advantage of that. Easier to take advantage, as you point out, where if that guy's on the CT side, because odds are you know where he's going to play on the map. Whereas, you know, Linus can just be kind of anywhere backing up the group. And, well, it's looking like we are going to get some presence over here towards B for NiP early in this round. Nobody playing hard on the bomb site, only just now rotating in.
Yeah, they just throw a Molotov from middle, and then they just ignore it. They assume that no one's going to... We've actually seen that before. Nade, a little bit early. Are they going to go behind it? There are the flashes. interz up to the test again. Can he find another kill? It's really needed, but he's so blind. There's the kill for interz. Good double. That's what they need. What a solid defense here. Again, it's so tricky when you just have a whole map where you can't get anything done. You lose all the fights mentally. It's like it gets worse and worse over time. So credit to interz for coming up with a big double then, because that actually could give them a way back into it. Now, retaking the B bomb site, not easy.
No, that's the main concern here. They are not done yet, NiP, and they still have a couple of grenades to work with as well to make things easier. Yeah. Axile on the flank on the upper dark.
No Molotov for the back here against Rez, so if they're not quick to kill him, he could just stand here tapping with the AK and shut them all down. And again, he's been so effective all the game through, so going to be dangerous. No, this time he's going to get shut down. That's not bad. Device spinning around, he's going to get a headshot, but they catch him before he can escape. And they're going to be on that bomb with enough time. So a 10th round for Gambit. They are catching up to NiP.
Was that just not knowing what the post plant, like how you're supposed to be holding that post plant in the end? Because Rez is not, like, Rez is supposed to be watching upper dark. Nobody's watching upper dark. He gets bashed in the side of the head for free, essentially, as he's dealing with the window push. So who's watching window at that point for NiP in that post plant? Rez should not be getting shot in the side of the head in that scenario.
Yeah,
so
I guess
weird
maybe
how that played out.
Maybe the way he moved, because I think Gambit smoked the window and jumped through and flashed their way through.
Sure.
So I'm guessing maybe that's they would like when the smoke goes down, Rez like, shit, I've got to do something, you know?
Yeah, well, it's a question of trusting your teammates at that point, right? You just need to trust your mates to do their jobs. Because I mean, if your role is to hold upper, you need to hold upper and trust your mates. You know, that they're going to do their part of the work. As soon as you start losing trust in your mates to hit their shots and you start trying to do more, well, then that's what happens. You just get shot in the side of the head because, hey, you had an angle that you needed to watch too that was probably likely that somebody was coming through there. So weird post plant for NiP. I mean, unforced errors, I almost want to say, that's costing them rounds here.
They had such a strong lead. And now, 11-10, it's anybody's game. There's a good amount of bank as well on the Gambit side. They find Axile, though.
Okay.
That's a nice kill opening there for Linus. They still have a player towards upper dark, so they're not fully committed to long right now. Unlike in the previous rounds that we've seen, they could go back because they have that anchor on the other side. Leaving Hampus down there. It's actually a classic sort of round where you do this intentionally, and then because you know eventually the CT side will probably want to take a look. The best version of it, in my opinion, is where you leave the AWP down there alone, because then if they come peek long, they're probably going to die. But the AK might do the trick anyway. We'll see. 30 seconds left. I feel like that's the other problem, though. There's so little time. Hampus almost has to run up long and just keep people here. He's going to go down to Shiro instead, and now interz hiding in the corner. He is on his own, though. They don't realize. Now they're coming back. interz. Oh, he's so smart. This is some absolutely 5,000 IQ play. He comes in with a kill. He's called in the entire team. He drops the bomb as well. What an absolutely brilliant play from interz. Snap comes out from Shiro. He's going to drop Plopski, and now Device is in a 1 versus 1 with no time. He has to hold the bomb. He can't fake it. Is he going to have it? Oh, barely! He gets the bomb plant at the very least, and now Shiro's walked up close. P215 hand. Device, he gets the kill anyway for everything that Shiro did. Oh, sorry, that interz did. It is not enough. I can't believe he held it that long.
And you notice that? How he takes the silencer off the barrel so that there's even less of a tell? Yeah. There's less of a way to spot him in that corner.
He knew that if he fired the gun straight away, his teammates would have been in the A-bomb side across the map. So he's like, if I wait another 3 seconds, they can run. He's just yelling in his microphone at that point, get back, I'm not shooting yet, just keep going.
But it's so cool that he takes the silencer off of his rifle. That's the one thing that could give him away. He just removes just a little bit more just to make it harder to spot him. That is so cool. What a nice detail there.
All right, 12-10. That is... I mean, that is such a cool play for interz. Again,
that's also a sound we don't hear very often. The M4A1S without the silencer on it?
Rare. It's very rare. For good reason.
Well, Anders, is this it? Is this the round that breaks Gambit? Because now their money, they spent quite a bit of it this round.
It is scary, isn't it? When you end up losing in a 1 versus 1 like that, you get wiped out. It's not like NiP have a lot of bank either, but yeah.
Neither team, they're both pretty broke. All on the line. Shiro doing everything he can with 25 kills right now. Doing what he can to drag his team across the finish line on this map.
Hampus is waiting for this. If he peeks out, nafany might just be dead, but they're going to fall off that little boost in the middle. It used to be incredibly popular. I feel like we see it much less these days. And they are leaned towards that B bomb side in a massive way. Almost no defense on, well, no defense on Catwalk. If they hit that right now, it would be a great move for NiP, but they can't really know what we know. It looks like they're going to try and split it against 2 people in the middle. That will be a bit of an uphill battle here. Going to be the spray down for Hobbit, big double with the FAMAS, and yeah, they're just going to shut it down. interz picking up 1 more kill, and nafany inside of the bomb side. They are going to feel so red, NiP, in this round.
Oh, that's such an agonizing round for NiP. Now NiP just go for the half-Y and let Gambit get up to 12-12 at this point. You're just going to have to take it. Oh. Hampus, no hesitation, goes for an AK. Kevlar has a grenade. He has nades. He has money for a smoke, and Device is going to go for a scout. Okay, then. So they're going to spend a little bit of money into this round. Hero AK in the hands of Hampus. Let's see what he's capable of with it, because otherwise, this is gonna make life difficult for you going forward in the next round.
Well, that's a good start. Hampus has been ready to play aggressive all game long, so. They give him that AK and tell him to run out long and shoot people. He's up for that task. Rez has got a deagle. He's been hitting some good shots with that one too.
He has. Rez still sitting at 20 kills, but he's definitely had a bit of an impact. Now we could have the push for information from interz. Rez worried about the flank from lower, but he just needs to focus. He needs to trust in his instincts to hold, but he turns away, and this is almost going to certainly, result in him getting shot in the back. That's so painful. The timing is just excruciating.
Yeah, if he had got that kill, that could have been really interesting. Now it feels like...
That doesn't bode well for NiP.
Yeah, it shouldn't happen, right?
Not really sure what you can do here if you're NiP, apart from just hitting glorious headshots.
Yeah, there was one chance there. Scout not quite connecting either, and Gambit are trying to play it safely as they can. Oh, he actually had a bit of a moment there where he could have done it. Hampus with a kill as well. Oh dear. 2 versus 4 into a 2-on-2. interz gets 1 more. Hampus tapping away. Can he find one last headshot? He's got 30 seconds left. He's already got the triple. Now he's picked up the scout, and because interz is so low, I mean, the scout actually wouldn't have been a bad choice. AK will do the trick as well. He's back to that, and now he's going to go straight for the bomb plant. Oh, Gambit, if you lose this round and then the map, and that could very likely happen, that's going to be heartbreaking. This should never be this close. 2 versus 4 into a 1 versus 1. Here's the flash. It's not on Catwalk. He knows it now. Grenade doesn't kill him either. He's still alive up here at the bomb site. He finds another one. He's going to stand up, sprays through it. So close. He's almost got him. He's a bullet away from winning this round. But instead, it's interz coming in with a triple kill. And that's going to tie up the scoreline 12-12. Man, interz comeback into this game has been absolutely stunning.
Oh, it certainly has. Given the opportunity, he's had the chance now to stand up for his team. I feel like in the first half, he was just getting railroaded, not really given too many opportunities. Everybody else kind of taking the oxygen out of the room. But interz now, talk about an all-important save for his team. What a clutch. Absolutely had to have that go his way. And, you know, I was talking about glorious headshots. Man, did they come close, NiP.
Yeah, really, really, I mean, it's such a close call.
Well, okay. You know, that's the thing. Snap decisions in the moment, right? But Hampus dropping down there, that's a tough one. That's really interesting that he decides to go for that, because the audio cue obviously give a little bit of a giveaway as to where he is at that point.
Yeah,
snap decision. I think he thought that interz was going to try and play clever around the smoke, and he was going to pull a fast one on him. And, well, turns out he got. So now 12-12, tied up. Still a good eco round for NiP. I mean, they didn't win the round, but they got a bomb plant, and they did a lot of damage to the Gambit economy. Gambit are going to have to spend a lot of money getting re-equipped this round, and so there's still a chance for NiP. It is not over, but I'm really glad to see that these teams now are both waking up. It's getting frisky, Anders.
Yeah, this is the kind of game that we really were hoping for. And it's still just only map number 1, so could be a lot more fun coming our way. Down in lower dark and outside of long, so a very standard type setup here for the T side. Spray, even flash, nafany going to be picking off both players. That smoke you normally set up so that you can get that little jump up on the box instead, and they decided to essentially use it as a fake to try and flash their way in the middle, which is a cool idea, but yeah, it's also a choke point, so if someone's on the other side just holding down mouse 1, you probably aren't going to get hit. So
with an A1S, which is basically a laser beam.
Yeah.
It's going to be sad times. Oh, that's going to really set NiP back. The pressure is monstrous now on them. 6 kills on Linus. Off on the flank. He's had a couple of moments. That close round there, he was able to get a couple of kills to chime in, but now it's going to take superhuman effort from these players to win back into this round. Hampus, hasn't had a whole lot of luck out here on long. Let's see if he can turn that around. Unfortunately, no. Axel shoots him in the back, and now you've got Device and Linus. Once again, the pair, the duo, last alive in the round for NiP in a 2v5, backing off and saving their guns.
It looks a bit silly when Hampus does that, where he doesn't check the corner, but the fact is, I mean, I think if you're sort of an intermediate player, you think about, okay, I'm going to be walking out, I'm going to check like 5 different corners all at once, but at this level, the people you're playing against, if you try and do that, are probably going to kill you. So sometimes actually making just an assumption and saying,
you're taking a risk.
Yeah, there are 3 or 4 different corners I can check. I'm going to check 2 of them, and if they're in one or the other, I just probably can't win that anyway. It's very unlikely. So it looks a bit silly, but there's actually some reasoning behind it. Worth thinking about. Nice save, I guess. At the end, at least they get to keep the guns alive. That's important, but it doesn't change the fact that Gambit are about to win this map.
Gambit are so close, and this is their map pick. Inferno comes next. That was picked by NiP, and if we need it, we go to Overpass as a 3rd map to finish out strong on. And I'm assuming that this is a tack timeout called by NiP. It should be their last tack timeout, and the last chance for Threat to talk, unless Gambit were to call a timeout of their own. Sure that he'll have something to add, something to say in this situation.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about that. You see some equipment being picked up now on the side of NiP, so that's maybe a little bit of the benefit. At least they are able to re-equip themselves some. But it's 13-12. It is just a stunning comeback for Gambit. The first half, so much in NiP's favor. 11-4 in their favor. And now here we are. Gambit almost giving up nothing in the second half. nafany down in lower dark. He's going to pick up the 1 kill. Tries to smoke up behind him. He should be dead, but he almost took res with him. That's an even trade, but not really.
Exactly. This still favors NiP. CT side, they need to win out by getting man advantages. Then they can start really having an edge in the round.
Damage on res, it's still, you know,
yeah, but that's res.
Almost enough.
He's a threat, even if he has 1 health.
Zero. Thinking about it, if they go through the smoke, we've seen that before where people smoke that trick smoke in the corner and they just get straight wall bang down.
Fallen, that shot, so sick.
And other people have tried to do it since, I've noticed. It's become more popular, so.
It's so cool. He blew my mind with that flick. That was so sick.
No one's going to throw the trick smoke just yet. Rez instead going to be throwing the smoke towards Shiro's position, so sort of the classic indication that there's a B split coming. Just waiting for it right now. Surely going to be putting it up. The rest of them are going to be pushing in through upper dark, but look at how they're getting into position. They know so much about what's coming here, Gambit. They're also pushing from top mid. Yep, Axel with the kill on Rez. He was out from long, and now this is going to be telegraphed all the way through. Easy kill for Shiro. He's going to fall back a little bit further. Interz goes down. That's actually not a bad shot from Linus at all. 25 seconds, though. Maybe they could get the bomb plant, and then we could start to discuss the after plant, because they're still in some trouble here in NiP. 15 seconds. They get the bomb down, but immediately afterwards, and that's a leg shot. That's so unfortunate. Good stuff from Gambit. They're up 14-12 now.
They're continuing to power forward, Anders. That was Device, Hampus, and Linus in the end, really trying to make it work, the 3 of them. And yet they are just not able to hold in these situations. The pressure is just getting to some of these players.
Yeah, and the fact that they were so slow to try and set all of that up meant that suddenly Axel had time to come out long. And I mean, NiP normally don't play that slow, so it could also be that Gambit are sort of reading that a little bit, saying, you know what? Maybe now's a good time.
Now could be a good time to start trying to change that pace up. It's just so hard to do and not telegraph it that you're going to be running, that you're going to be trying to just go all out. But a good long spawn could certainly help. Talk about getting a nice present to NiP. The flash timing is not going to be perfect, but Rez does trade it, takes down Axel, so it's a 4-on-4 situation. Shiro does make it back to the bomb site. But NiP have now been favored with a good long spawn, and that gives them a chance at some early aggression. Nice.
Yeah, they're kind of walking back a little bit to check. I'm not sure if that's always a good idea. Maybe you can leave someone in up top of middle, something like that, so you can have a late lurk towards the catwalk if you really feel like a nice flick. Shiro, he saw the elbow, and that's enough to take down Hampus.
He's too fast.
Yeah, Shiro is really a scary player. Him 29-14. He's out of control.
This doesn't bode well for NiP going further into the series either.
No.
If they lose on this one, I mean, they have to feel like they had this one in the bag. Maybe they got a little complacent at the end of that first half because... Whoa, Hobbit. See, he's like me. He also reacts in real life, not only in game. He now turns away from the screen.
Who can blame him? nafany gets a kill. Shiro. Oh, he actually likes him anyway. He just walks out. That is a bold move. 2 versus 4. Gambit about to be on map point here. NiP look like they are out of steam for this first map. It was going so well. A little bit of a failed HG out there. That's always funny. But NiP, I don't think they're chuckling just yet. They need to win this round, and then they need to keep going in. It's almost impossible. Plopski, he's low on health, and interz will take him down. Bit of a jump. More jumps might be coming in. He's just surrounded. Shiro picking up the AK instead to get the job done. He's got a triple and dropping 30 kills in regulation against NiP.
Yeah. And the big driving force behind this. For a while there, it was Shiro with 25 kills, and the rest of his team had 13. Now they're starting to catch up a little bit. nafany with 19 now, kind of getting right behind him. 16 on Hobbit. But it really is Shiro just making a world of difference. But that's what you need your star to do sometimes. Sometimes he just has to be the driving force on the team, keeping you competitive, buying the time and creating the opportunities for the rest of the team to shine and make it happen. And so Shiro, just a monster. So good to see, and one of the most talented operas in the scene right now. Here we go, B-Rush coming in from NiP. They've decided to throw it all in.
Yeah, going all in on the bomb site. interz down inside of it. Shiro's picking up more kills. He just cannot be stopped. It's a double for him. He's looking for it. That flick does not connect. Rarely does he miss a shot. At least it's a 3-on-3 here for NiP. They line up for the kill. Oh, Device, even while stumbling off the box back there, he's able to take down Exile. That keeps NiP alive for another round at least. But I mean, it's so horrifying. That's the problem, right? I mean, interz isn't even the weak point anymore, but even when he was, he had Shiro to back him up, and Shiro's just gonna wreck the whole team every time. Device, though, good triple on him, 13-15. NiP fighting for overtime.
Oh, here we go. There we go. The change of pace. They got a long spawn. That didn't work out for them in the round previous. Now they get the B, and they just go straight in, rush, no fear. And the change of pace clearly working for him because the slow stuff was not. Gambit now, they should be aware of this, though. They have enough money for a buy on their side of things, so it's not going to be the end of the world. But if they were to lose this next round, Gambit, this is going to get very, very spicy. It's going to be hard to hold NiP off of overtime. So, bit of pressure on Gambit, and it's a good time for them to call a tactical timeout. Last one of theirs used as well. So this is it. It is all on the table now. Both coaches, it's their last chance to communicate with the players.
Yeah, get the job done, Gambit, on the CT side. Don't let it go into overtime. Don't let NiP get that mental reset. Just knock them out here and go on to that second map. That's got to be the aim at the moment. 32 kills on Shiro. It's out of control.
Yeah, he's an absolute monster. It's just one of the top players in the game of CSGO right now.
Good to see. Good to see that they're continuing now. Starting to feel much more confident on land for sure. 29th round. It's going to be some pressure towards the B bomb site. Attempted setup here for Device, hoping to catch whoever might be showing up early on. It's a nice idea. They're actually gravitating everyone. So Device just walking onto the site. That was the opportunity, but he dips back for more. That's usually very risky. Once you don't hit that shot, you probably need to fall back. Now it's a little bit more telegraphed again. They could know what's coming, but actually Gambit are not even moving. They're just allowing Device to stay there. That is so interesting. Smokes it off and creates a bit of space. He can jump up on that box right on the other side. I'm shocked that no one from Gambit has moved down middle at the very least. That seems like a big risk. Device. He's sneaking his way in, but interz just a little bit more clever, and he's going to find the kill on Device here. That's a big one, and the shadow shows on the ground. nafany, he's able to flick and take down Linus. Now it's a 3 versus 4 as they get the kill on Hobbit at least. Hampers, he wanted to sneak in that one, but they're in trouble here in NiP. They're a man down and 50 seconds on the clock.
And Plopski's been spotted as well, so there's no reason for them to rotate off here again, but they know that these players are out here. nafany, that was the must-win fight. interz will fight back, though, takes down Hampus, and he lines him up, holds the bomb site, rock solid. interz gets a chance to shine at the end, and he comes through in spades for his team. Well played.
he actually is so screwed in that window when he turns around and falls off. I thought, because he hadn't even reloaded yet, I thought, all right, fine. He's maybe, if he's really, really crispy, he can get one more headshot and then he's out, and it'll probably be a 1 versus 1 or 1 versus